What's poppin', YouTube? Another day, another demo, another Max Burgers. They're all gone. I ate them.
Yeah, all right, that's a new intro. We'll get a new one every time, okay? Frankie, nice try. What's poppin'? No, it's what's popular, YouTube. Frankie, come on. Come on. How long have you known me? Not really a sub. Oh, my God. What's poppin', YouTube? Oh, man. We'll get Connor on tomorrow. Show her how it's done. What's good? Today, I want to do kind of a, pseudo first impressions. I watched Pranogo do a map analysis stream. Watched it, was hanging out yesterday watching him do it, and I want to do his first impressions. So I'm a little bit tainted because I saw him play through some of it, but I have a dog shit memory, so I figure I'll just look at the map myself and just go through. And I kind of want to get at a couple different points. I feel like so I want to get my own feel for it, jump in the map, and get an idea for where this map falls and what's good and what the idea is behind Valve's how they pick maps and everything. So for those of you guys who missed it. Operation Broken Fang came out. We got an update. Finally. It's been 84 years since we got an update. We finally got one, and it wasn't Source 2. I really don't care about operations, I'll be honest. Only thing I care about right now is new maps in Source 2. If we get Source 2 and Source 2 maps, and new maps, Source 2 and Source 2 maps. That's what I want. I'm cool. Casual content, I'm down. Whatever. It's cool. It's fun. I'm glad we get stuff. I like skins. I'm a big fan. I'm a semi-fan. Scrawny's a big fan. He knows every skin. I know, some skins. I used to, really care about them, but I'm just in for the maps at this point for the most part. So, Valve, what they did, let me take you guys on to Twitter for a second. Did you come with me? Okay. There she go. CSGO. Oops. CSGO Valorant. What the hell? CSGO Broken Fang announced. Cool little video here for Broken Fang. Maybe just walk through it a little bit. Why don't we do that? They made some updates. They got a new Condom Man things. They added a Condom Man skin. Really funny stuff. A couple of good memes come out of this. And with this thread, okay, with this little thread ski here. Oh, not this one. They got introducing Ancient. This is under this Broken Fang thread. Introducing Ancient, an original map created for Diffusal. An original map. Overpass was the last original map, and now that map is in the pool. So it feels like this might immediately my first impressions are I'm telling my kids this is DE Aztec, but it feels like this is a map they want us to take a look at. Okay, I still just want to go on record say I still think it's a shame that there are beautiful maps out there, amazing maps, well-made maps, play tested by the community, refined by CSGO enthusiasts, spend all day and night working on the maps. And yet original maps from Valve that come out of nowhere end up getting in the pool and are usually dog shit, and then eventually get good. Overpass, great. Eventually get good. Vertigo got a lot better. Still kind of got some problems, but it's a shame that happens, but it feels like this is kind of maybe what they're, kind of expect this is something that they might want to I want to follow up on this because it feels like, well, let's take a look and see if we can get some ideas about what Valve think about mapping. And I have my own ideas. I think my thoughts on how Valve make maps and what they think about with maps is a little bit different to others. And I'm not an expert. There's, map core community, and I get a lot of my opinions from Sean FM Pone. And I was a map core judge for their contest, and I had my own specific way. I didn't really normally go into a map and then try to judge it that way. I tried to playtest every map so that I could have some idea of what it feels like to play it, because that's how I feel like it's best way to learn for me. And some people are really good at that dry analysis, but with just get in there and just explore and look and see. I can't do that. I need to play it. So this one I'll have to try for sure. But Yeah, this one, Connor's been playing the operation. He said that has some maps here. Apparently, this is like a 3-4 map engage. Apollo and Frostbite New Danger Zone map. I've really learned that game Danger Zone goes crazy, like with the exo suits and the jump bump mines and shit. Cache has been updated here. And yeah. So what's this update all about here? Broken Fang Premiere. Ready to take your competitive matches to the next level. Queue for Broken Fang in Premiere mode, featuring 5v5 competitive matchmaking with map picks and bans prior to the start match. Available exclusively to Operation Pass holders. Test your competitive prowess across the active duty map pool and track your performance with detailed stats on the Operation Stats page. With your Operation Pass, you'll have access to detailed statistics from a variety of categories. Your statistics are tracked automatically and can be viewed on the Operation Stats page. Here is that stats page. This looks cool, man. I mean, this looks like one of the, there's like all these CS analytics sites out there. You got Operation Stats. I think this encouraged people to play. These stats are fun, look over your stats, watch them go up, watch them go down. I think it's really fun. It's even got shots to the body stuff. It looks pretty detailed. I haven't taken a look, but I think that's really cool. I like ideas that come into operations that could potentially stay in the game. I think that's a good idea. So I really like the idea here. I'm not too amped up about operations in general, but any content is good, and this seems like a nice thing. I mean, we do have Stockholm syndrome a little bit. They give us a breadcrumb. We go, you love us, But I think this is a decent amount of content here, so I'm appreciative of it. It's not necessarily what I'm looking for exactly, but I like the stat stuff here, and just a bunch of new shit. It's cool. So, anyways, that's about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the map. Why don't we? Why don't we go look at the map? All right, let's do that. Let me just make sure I'm in the game here on OBS. I'm not having fun recording videos in Sweden, let me tell you. It's not because of Sweden. Sweden's great. You can drink tap water from the toilet here in Sweden. It's pretty awesome, but it's just the computer setup. But it's just not. Next time I'm gonna bring an SSD. It's my own fault, If I had all of my settings and everything, and I had my SSD, I'd be safe. Like, I don't have to worry. I just need the processor and shit, and the computer box. I pack my keyboard and everything. Here we are in DE Ancient. So let's get a feel for the map. What are we looking at here? So Pone on Twitter kind of drew a comparison to Dust. Now, if it looks straight like where my vision cone is, I think he kind of looked at it this kind of like Dust, except on Dust 2, the special part about Dust 2 is that you can see all the way down to the other spawn right at the beginning of the round from T spawn. But then I think he was saying that it just kind of feels like this area next to A is kind of where lower B would be on Dust 2, and then a long B type area that's like long A and a little bit different. So why don't we go right to left? Why don't we go left to right, actually? Why don't we go left to right and see what this map looks like? So right off the bat, I'm liking the ambient music here. We've got this waterfall. It was brought up by Pronogo. It's kind of weird that you can't jump on some of this stuff, even though it feels like you're supposed to be able to. Like, I desperately want to get on here. Like, why can't I go up on there? Maybe in version 2 they'll let me get up on there. I really do like the ambient music. I'd say visually, it looks good. When I was watching the stream, I was like, maybe the stream wasn't that high of a bit rate. And this YouTube recording might be not that high of a bit rate either. I don't know what graphics card I'm working with in this PC. I haven't checked. But in terms of like the ambiance, as the Danes would say, it's very hygge. It's very hyggelig muggelig. So they've got this strange kind of split over towards the A site, where you can come up here And I guess this is the main choke point for the site. Okay. And then here. Okay. Just giving a little test run here for the angles to see what it's like. So you can hold down deep. There's only a couple of boxes on the site, which is a little bit weird to me. Because other than the boxes, you don't really have anything to work with, do you? Let's see if I can go up here or not. I guess you can boost up there. So that's something. But outside of that, that's interesting. That's a wide open site. Okay, so then let's take a look at this, right? This is kind of cool. I like the mood in here. So someone said that someone compared this to kind of like a Valorant map I saw, and I was thinking, in CS, I really love the source engine. So first of all, I really love the source engine, and I think that CS maps, I don't know if it's just by default, but like the intricacies of some of these angles are just things that don't exist in Valorant. Like these kinds of peaks and stuff like that, this doesn't exist in Valorant. This level of detail for the peaks on basically anything. And I think that creates for some interesting engagements, and I really don't see that. I really find it hard to compare Valorant and CS for that reason. I'm a big fan of the source engine myself, so. Okay, so here's the mid split. So that's a mid. Here I'm a T coming through mid. And okay, I'm a T coming through mid. You can cross through this angle. Interesting. Let's see what the idea is for this. And on this side, you can get spotted as well. So I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of someone approaching the site at the moment. Again, this is kind of just the first impressions videos. I like get a look around. So, all right. So on my way in here, oh, I like how the audio changes a lot. So there's this. It's pretty wide open, isn't it? Now this box is probably not that easy to spam through. I don't know if show impacts will give me the. I kind of forgot if it goes through or not. Okay, it does. So you can't spam this because it's just too thick. Okay, so here you can get spammed kind of off the side, and I guess that's why this box is angled this way, so you can stand here. You could take a shot, but dude, falling back is not a real thing on this box. And then here, you can stand here, but not if you don't have anybody watching that. Standing up here might be good, but not if you don't have anybody watching that. You can try to take some kind of off angle here. This is not a real. Seems like a little bit. The problem is with some of these angles, right? Does it cost you anything to clear them? Because if it doesn't cost you anything to clear them, then you can get pre-fired. So like here, anything up here, let's say like this, right? I can clean out these angles one at a time, and all the while I'm not exposing myself to anything else. So once I'm done with that, if there's someone here, I can just go like this. And I'm exposing myself to this side, but this is like a very risky spot to stand in for the CT because of the T's that can come this way. So I'm not super worried about that. I can imagine in some situations. So this site, I give it a 6 out of 10. Very weird. Very weird. No, I give it a 5, right? I don't like it. I give it a 5. This is my quick first impressions video here. So this is the CT spawn. We come out. That one's a little bit weird to me. I won't lie to you. I don't see much reason to need to split through mid to get to it. So if that to help understand why. So if I'm a CT and I come out and I'm trying to defend the site. Okay, I can sit here behind this box and fight this side and fight here. But of course, if I'm in this one angle and it becomes obvious, then I can die. And it looks like I can't peek this side without exposing myself a tiny bit here. They'll be able to see my gun, I imagine, from there. That's probably by design. I can obviously smoke things, right? But the smokes won't last forever. And I still need a spot to stand. So I really don't know what they were going for with this. So the reason I don't see the need for a mid-split, because at a mid-split, you do risk dying on the mid-split, of course. So that's one consideration. Just one. Oh, Jesus Christ. How long have I been in this? Oh, shoot. I did show impacts. Oh, I did show impacts. God damn it. On the box. Okay, I'm so sorry, but it's too late to start this over. I'm so sorry. I did show impacts on the box. God damn it. That was a long time ago. Oh my god. I'm just going to put a timestamp for you to skip it. I'm so sorry. Oh god, how long was that? How long would that have been? Hopefully not too long. Okay, from show impacts, I was talking about spamming. So I spam and then it got here. Okay, so basically, oh man. So basically, oh no, I lost my train of thought. So basically I was saying, this is mid and this is the connector 3 spawn. I don't see a really big reason why you need to come through mid to attack the site if there's only this one box here. And then there's only like this angle. There's only this angle. And then there's only this angle. Why do you need to come through mid to, there's only one thing here. So if I come through here, let's say, and then I throw one molly, or I throw 2 mollies, just cause, like, that's it. You can't stand back there without exposing yourself. I can jump spot, I can boost up here. And I mean, someone can boost there too, but that's only a one and done position, right? You get hard cleared. And then, I guess, and like if someone's playing back here, I don't really see this as a huge threat either. It just depends how hard it is to smoke, but let's see if you can look over top of these. That might be an interesting engagement. I don't know if you can actually see that well over. But yeah, ideas coming into the site, I feel like it's really simple, and with a couple of good nades, it should be easy to take. And because it's like a long entrance, right? We talk about this sometimes where, like, since I can fight all my angles this way, it doesn't really expose me to anything over here. So I'm not really worried about that, which means that this is a pretty strong way to enter a site. Usually that should be, I feel like that shouldn't be that easy. So I'm a little bit suspicious about the lack of cover on the A site, and a little bit suspicious about the lack of cover on the A site, and also the lack of need for this mid split to come in. But I guess when you have mid, like, no one can stand here at all, so that's something. But yeah, this is pretty wide open for attack in a lot of senses. Maybe nading into the site's not that easy. Let's see. It's pretty closed off. Maybe you can flash this. Interesting. Hit me that really hard if you can. It hit some kind of skybox, so very awkward situation. Alright, well. Bit weird to me. 5 out of 10. Let me just make sure I'm in the right... I feel so dumb. Because I have my scenes bound to arrow keys. So I hit the wrong arrow key. Okay. So this is spawn to B side. Over here, we come over to B. Okay. So super simplistic. I guess we'll approach it over from the T side again. Okay. So this is the pathway over towards the B site. This is where we come up. I don't think... No, you're not really supposed to go up there. It doesn't really do anything for you either. There's a bridge there. There's a random box here that you can hide behind to hold flanks. If you're sweating, trying to get that face at level 10. There is... doesn't seem like a very useful boost there. There's a non-spammable wood wall. And there is this boost box. Oops. That you can use to fight. So there's this one kind of nasty angle here holding the site, which I imagine a lot of peaks will go down over here. You kind of have to judge your angle, or your height actually, to peak this well. So it's hard to say who this is scarier for, but it feels like maybe a little bit scarier for the T coming on. But it depends, I guess, if they're already holding it. Especially if they're up here already. I would feel pretty good about holding this or fighting here. But when I'm here, I would be a little bit scared of the idea that they could be lower or up here. So that's something to consider. And get a notification on popular, guys. What's popular, guys? This B site outside of that, you got one really strong pillar for really annoying players, you know, that are so good at working around these pillars and these angles and these fights. Clap, clap, you know. And then this area, which I'm gonna turn God mode on. Which is just like impossible to flash through. I saw a Prinogo trying this, and he said he got it once, but I don't know. And then when you boost up, your vision's actually obscured, so it doesn't seem like there's actually much point there. And this is the split towards B. So from this, there's this long area over here that we just saw, and then the split towards B comes from here. And there's just some stuff here, and a very claustrophobic set of rooms with some kind of weird angles to work with, to work your way through. I guess the idea is once you get control of here, you've got very spammable wood for what it's worth. You can plant and spam. You can play post plant from back here, though it's not hard to get back there. I wonder how much this angle actually works for people, if it ever will. And on the site, you've got a position here, I guess. Oh, very uncomfortable. And you've got this one, which I like a little bit better to fight against a hold if I have to. Overall, this site just straight off, like a 6 out of 10. I feel like in terms of the angles that we're seeing, this fight, only reason 6, because I think I like this fight a little bit. Don't really like this mid-split here. I don't really like small areas on maps that are uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Just might not. That might change, you know, as I play more, because I think that's something that, you know, nobody likes a map the first time they play it, really. If you do, maybe the map's a little bit too simple. I think the maps, you know, they should be designed for the new player in mind, but ultimately, we're not playing this game once, so it's not like a single player game. We're going to be playing these maps a lot and getting good at them, and we're going to want maps that are hard enough that require smokes and stuff. But I think FM Pone said he thinks the map came through original map as a simple map, so it's palatable for new players and easy to learn, which I think makes sense. You know, it's like the Super Smash Bros. Effect, right? Like, you get a game, you make a game simple enough for everyone to play it, but hard enough that only few can master it, and then you have a really perfect situation. But that's not necessarily the only way to do things, and I think with CSGO maps, a little bit is lost when the map doesn't start out a little bit difficult, but maybe there is a sweet balance for both. I really don't know. Here's the middle. So that was first off, not too impressed with what we're seeing with the sites. And the one thing is that Overpass was a really horrible map right away. And this map is probably better than that right away. But Overpass since it was so different, it had the opportunity to change a lot and become something completely brand new. This map, I think, aesthetically slots into the map pool. If it is the case that we're going to get that, aesthetically, this map slots in the map pool and, you know, in that Aztec spot and feels a little different, and that's cool. And I do like the aesthetic, actually, and I think we're used to seeing green, and I don't know, I personally like it. I like all the kinds of beautiful maps, but yeah, I like it. I do like it. Oh, these look like the mountains in Ninh Binh. I mean, of course, you know, we're not in Vietnam, uh, but yeah, the simplicity and the familiarity of the layout is what makes it a little bit weird to me, because they were very innovative when they brought in Overpass, from the sense of they had a lot of designated boost spots and a lot of spam walls and a lot of verticality, and that made the map quite potentially deep. And then it got polished a lot, and teams started getting good at it, and it's changed a lot. And now we've got Overpass, a very, very unique map. But with the layout the way it is on this map right here, I wonder how far it can go in terms of what can change. I really wish they would just buy maps from creators and just try to I mean, I'm really happy that it feels like in some sense this is the right move. Like it's a map coming into the pool, and you know, from what I heard, I think Valve don't really appreciate this community, because we're pretty toxic, and that's definitely true. And I think all esports communities are pretty toxic. But yeah, I don't know. I just I don't really get, like, there's a lot of people that really put a lot of love into the game and put a lot of work, and I just feel like they would buy. I don't know if they would. I mean, maybe I can't speak for them, but I feel like they would sell their map. You know, like if Valve wanted to buy their map, I don't know if that's a sticky thing. Like if Valve want to offer someone money for a map, and then they don't, you know, they're gonna tell everyone, oh yeah, Valve bought it from me. They don't want me to work on it. But I feel like that would be like a huge honor if Valve bought my map, at least. And I wouldn't be, you know, upset where they wanted to take it. I feel like the playtesting part is the very unfun part. Sifting through feedback and making the changes. That's the difficult part. Yeah. Anyways, what we're looking at here at mid is something fairly simple. So this is the connector split to A, which it's not exactly clear that this really helps that much when it comes to taking the site. It might be nice for lurks. Some lurk situations if you get mid control. And I mean, you can smoke up mid pretty easy, so it seems like this is a very, very, very tight choke point. I mean, you could throw a bad smoke and still get it. You can leave a player here or on the other side. Looks like you can leave them even up to right here on both sides, and it wouldn't be the greatest spot, but then you could also walk here. Let's say we walked in, you'd have a crossfire here. It's kind of a precarious position here on both sides. It's very tight. These angles are not too deep. Let me just make sure I'm still in the right scene. Okay. And so this split, so mid split towards B goes here. This is quite interesting. So the mid split to B goes through spawn immediately. So if you get in through mid control, you can get to B. I don't know how this will play out. It really feels like it's very uncomfortable for the CTs to play this map the way it is. But I mean, this mid split to B does not look easy to do for, like, especially this and the number of one and done positions that you can be playing in, and the number of like bait setups you could have, right? Like this and this, forfeiting mid, and here the spawn. You know, that's protecting spawn as well. The spawn to A. And let's say like you smoke this, and you go and you get to spawn to A. That's a new way to approach the A site. For me, it doesn't. I don't know. Both sides seem very easy to hit, so if we come over to B again, we're coming up long. You know, with one flash here, covers a lot of angles. And you can smoke this out from anywhere, wherever you want. And then you can just molly back wood, clear angles like this, boom, boom, boom. And you have not too many comfortable spots for the CTs to stand. What I'm looking for is like a piece of cover that it's stronger than a box and provides you a couple of different ways to fight. You know, like where's the big box? Like we have on B site Dust 2. On the B site, on the big box, you can fight window, door, and mid. Window, door, and tunnel, all from the big box on Dust 2. Or you have an arrangement box like the A side of Dust 2. Or you have, let's say, you know, Overpass's pillar. That's a very big pillar. That gives you a lot of workaround room. I'm not a huge fan of just like one giant thing in the middle of the site like that, but that's not a bad. You can fall back from there. I think there's cool details, pretty unique. The A site dice box, you know, it allows you to fall back into other angles after you fight. So by itself, there's not much. But imagine like Overpass, for example. So this is the dice box, okay? And you're fighting long A on Overpass, okay? And then you see people, but then you back up and then you go behind the truck and then you go back in the spawn and you fall back in a bank. That's it. But here, where do you go? You know, and this the whole time you're exposed to bathrooms here, and there's no second dice box and there's no place to fall back. No CT spawn. CT's over here. How do you play out here when you have your escape routes over here? That seems very strange to me. I'm not really sure how that flew. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if unless I'm missing something like crazy, but it seems a bit, yeah. B seems a bit easier to hold. You can play back. You can play back here. You can play back here even. You have an escape route there. You have a couple of bait setups you can use. You have the fights inside the site don't look too comfortable, but at least you can crossfire with one person who can escape, one person, one undone. I think that's kind of the one that I feel like is missing here. No escape, no comfortable escape setup when fighting, and very low cover. And I feel like you're not really gaining much strength by going for a mid split. So I feel like coming out like this is just very, 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 very powerful. Wow, my first impressions, I'm gonna give this map a 6 out of 10. Next step is to play test and see how it actually feels. I feel like you can't get really the full. I really do, for some reason, like, you know, it's a green map and it feels familiar, some of the kinds of colors and stuff and textures. But I like the atmosphere, and I really like the Aztec vibes. And I like the ambient music. And it's simple enough that, I mean, you know, I feel like I could play it without knowing much, which is good. So, yeah. That's it. Let's take a look here. That's a look at the at DE Ancient. I hope this video does not look bad, and I hope the quality's not too bad, and the setup is not too bad. I know it is going to be, but I hope it's not too bad. I hope you enjoyed watching that. That was kind of cool. I just wanted to do a video, get my thoughts on it before I actually get to jump in. And that's it. So I think I kind of got game capture to work, so maybe I can do a video tomorrow. We got grand finals tomorrow you guys should watch. If you haven't watched DreamHack, we're casting the grand finals. It's Astralis versus Mouse, and Mouse fought like hell to get to the grand finals. They look awesome. Astralis are getting very strong. They absolutely destroyed Furia today. it was amazing to watch, and it was amazing to cast too. So come through, say hi. I hope you've been enjoying the DreamHack streams. If you haven't, it's twitch.tv/DreamHackCS. Be there from like 1 to 7 CET, Sweden time. Sweden time. And for those of you who watch in the morning, Huva Hoamenda. Good night, everybody.